Hey guys, it's Cullen from 3 Diligent with a quick blog post for you about layer thickness. Now, layer thickness, why are we talking about that? Well, in the world of additive manufacturing, layer height matters a lot because based on the layer height that you pick, there's a directly inverse relationship with how long the build is going to take place. And to the extent that you want to drive down your costs, you want the thickest layer height you can get away with. Now, to have a sense of what the trade-off is for those different layer heights, particularly as it relates to extrusion printing where the impact is most noticeable, what I want to do today is just show you a handful of parts printed at different layer heights so you have a sense of what you'd be getting if you selected a particular layer height. So the first thing I'm going to show you are 3 parts made using our standard extrusion printing process at 7 thousandths of an inch layer height, 10 thousandths of an inch layer height, and 13 thousandths of an inch layer height. And I'm going to show these in the light on video. I'm just going to twist them in the light so you can kind of see how some of the layers come out a bit in the light. We'll do a cutaway too so you can see it with greater clarity. But again, noticeable layer lines, especially given the fact that particular filament that we use for these prints is a bit glossier. Sometimes the matte finish makes it a little bit less noticeable, but again, certainly present. And if you're doing even bigger parts than that, then you may want to explore fabrication in layer heights as thick as 1 millimeter, which I'm showing on screen there. You can kind of see how that looks. Or perhaps you'd even go so big as a 2 millimeter layer thickness, which again, very noticeable layer heights. I mean, you can't deny those. But again, if your fabrication is for a purely functional application, not super important from the aesthetics, that could be a fantastic option for you to get fast, big parts. Now, there are things that can be done to address this layer issue in terms of the aesthetics, and one of them is to sand a part. So I'm going to go ahead and show on screen a sanded part and kind of twist it around. You can see that for most intents and purposes, the layer-wise nature of the fabrication process is hardly noticeable, but a significant amount of post-process work went into that particular part looking the way it does. One other thing we can do is acetone vapor smoothing. So I'll put that under the light. This is going to create a particular sheen on the part, and it doesn't, again, totally eliminate the notion that layers were there, but it may make things a little bit smoother to the touch, and that may be an aesthetic that is appealing to you. Last but not least, I should mention that there are additive manufacturing processes that don't require the appearance of layer lines really at all by virtue of the underlying 3D printing process or the materials that it's processing. One example I'll give for you is vat photopolymerization using thermoset resins. So as you can see here with that part, you get more or less equivalency with an injection molded cast or machine part in terms of its overall aesthetic. So that's a quick take on layer thickness. I hope it was insightful, and if you've got further questions, don't hesitate to bundle them into your request for quote at 3diligent.com. We look forward to supporting you on a project soon. Thank you.